'Tis the season to get scammed. Always around this time of year, crooks are trying to take advantage of your giving spirit or catch you on the back foot amid the crazy during the holidays. Well, here to share what to look out for is Chris Garrett, Supervisory Senior Resident Agent with the FBI. You see it all, don't you?
I don't know that I see it all, but we do see a lot here in Charleston. Yes, ma'am.
You see a lot. And the holidays are kind of a soft target time for a lot of these scammers.
Of course, it's a time when people want to, they open their hearts up. There's a little more maybe free time where they're able to look for ways to help, where they want to help out their community and maybe people in need. And so there is some opportunity for people that want to do nefarious things with that money to take advantage.
Always looking for that opening. And what are some of the things that are either new this year or that people should really keep a lookout for?
So I just, as technology advances, just use your common sense and be on the lookout for emails that are coming to you and you haven't solicited or you haven't done business with that particular charity before. Even if that email looks like it's coming from a legitimate charity, we recommend that you always go directly to the website of the charity with which you are considering to donate to. Don't rely on an email coming in, because within that link may be embedded things that you don't want on your computer, or it may be redirecting you to a website that looks very much like the charity you want to donate to, but it really isn't. So the more you control what you're doing and where your money goes and how you're interacting with the charities, the better. Anytime you're getting a request from a charity, another red flag is if the charity is asking you, instead of for a check or traditional donation, they're asking for gift cards, they're asking for cryptocurrency payments, they're asking for these peer-to-peer money transfers like Zelle or Cash App or Venmo. That's not how a normal charity operates, and so use your common sense. I would also be on the lookout for oftentimes like the very sophisticated scams are being run overseas, and so be on the lookout for typos, for maybe things that don't seem right within the English language that may be an indicator that you're interacting with somebody that's not here locally.
And you know what I've been getting a lot lately are weird texts, just odd texts.
Are they out of the blue as if they're your friend and they know you?
Out of the blue, but they're local area codes.
Okay, so that's very possible. Unfortunately, I get those same telephone calls. I'd be very wary of a telephone number you do not recognize. You may even tell them, hey, this is a wrong number, and they might even twist that into, hey, who are you, trying to get to know you, and that might be the beginning of a more complicated scheme that they're trying to set you up for.
Absolutely. Anything else that's related to the holidays? I know that donations and organizations are a big part of it, but I would think that also big box retailers, they can also be susceptible to some of these data breaches. And then you start to see some of that influx of an overdue bill, or you need to make this payment, or the delivery is on its way, but you need to send payment for it.
So one of the things that we've seen is there is a potential scam of like someone calling and representing themselves as like Amazon, saying that you need to pay a fee for a repackaging or a redelivery fee. That's not real. That they're not going to call you and ask for money to do a redelivery. I would always maybe go direct. Again, go direct with the website. Go direct with who you absolutely know represents the people you're doing business with, whether it's the big box retailers or whether it's an online retailer, so that you're not engaging with a party that you really don't know. Do they actually represent that,
Absolutely.
That company?
And I want to talk about this other thing called pig butchering. What is that?
So that's a new, it's kind of multiple schemes combined into one. It's something that we've seen the rise of tremendously. In 2021, we saw about $1.5 billion in losses attached to those schemes. In 2022, that number doubled to around $3 billion. They are very complicated, very designed efforts to target people to wipe them out of as much money as possible. So a charity scam that they're after like $100 at a time, whereas the pig butchering scam, they're after somebody's entire retirement account.
And how do they get access to the retirement account?
So it starts off almost like a social engineering ploy, where they're targeting you because they've seen your profile on LinkedIn, they know what you're interested in, or they've seen your profile in other social media sites, and they start reaching out to you and they start forming a friendship with them. They encourage you that you might invest a small amount of money to begin with. Let's say you start with a $1,000 investment, and then they artificially make that $1,000 investment look like it gained 50% in a short time frame.
They just need that little crack.
Right, and then you do the little one, and then you see the big one, and then of course people go, oh, well, if I've made it with $1,000, I can make it with a lot more, and they convince the victims to contribute to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars at any given time. and that's where they get you.
That's where they get you.
That's where they get you, and that's where it's
And
kind
once
of
it's gone, it's gone.
Right.
They've
And-
run off with your money. It's too late.
It's a harsh term, that pig butchering term, but that's really, they're trying to fatten you up as much as possible, and then they get you at the end. And you're absolutely correct. The moment that the money leaves the United States of America, it becomes much more difficult for us to retrace and claw those funds back.
Don't even get involved. I want to thank you so much for sharing all that great
No,
information
appreciate
with
you.
us. Definitely. We're back in 2 minutes.